Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's Perspective for Friday, June 21st. June 21st, 2018, 2019. Good night. I jumped way back. Okay, so I have no idea where the Facebook Live button went for Facebook. I normally dual broadcast live with Facebook and YouTube, but here we are today. And I didn't realize that till like 30 seconds ago. So, so whole lot of replays. So I wanted to share with you just for a couple of minutes this morning. I had the distinct privilege of attending an absolutely phenomenal leadership symposium showcase on yesterday, all day yesterday afternoon down here in San Diego, and awesome lineup of speakers on leadership, just all things leadership. Just phenomenally well done. As a matter of fact, it was sponsored by Dell, but entitled The Art of Leadership. And so one of the speakers, I just want to share this one liner and how impactful. You don't have to do an entire dissertation or take 20 hours to get a point across. It was a one liner. Sir Ken Robinson was speaking, and he said something that to me was profound and really caused me to stop and slow down and really think this through. And I didn't even go into all the biology behind it to even blow my mind even further. In the course of all that he said, a one liner stood out to me. He said, "To be born at all is a miracle. So, what are you doing with your life? To be born at all is a miracle. So, what are you going to do with your life?" And it really just, you know, it might as well have echoed off of 10 mountaintops for me, because it made me stop and think about the importance of understanding the gift that you really are. You are a gift, um, because not everyone makes it to birth and to growth and maturity in their lives. And because it is such a miracle, even the biology behind it, about how your mom and dad hooked up, because this is one thing my mother always used to say to us: there's no one on this planet like you, and only me and Sam T could have made you, her and my daddy, and only your parents could have made you. I don't care if you have an identical twin. And so the miracle that you are even here, the fact that you are even here is a miracle. And his saying that just made me stop, slow my roll slightly, and say, that is absolute truth. God, in his infinite wisdom, allowed you to come into this space called Earth, but you came with a purpose. Every single one of us did. And so the question is asked again: what are you doing with that gift? The gift of you, the gift, not because you can sing, because you can dance, because you're a phenomenal organizer, because you write extraordinarily well, because you can fix anything that comes apart. Sight unseen, you just intuitively know how to fix it. Not because of that gift, not that gift. Your existence, your very existence is a gift. And so that begs the question that we all have to think into: what are you doing with that? What are you doing with your life? What offering do you give to your life? And I know sometimes it seems as if life is worthless and people throw it away and people take others' lives just without even a thought. No, when the question is posed to you, we need to think about it and recognize the awesomeness of your being, just your being. And so it really did. It made me slow down and think, because he also said, do not despise. Now, this is not exact quote, but this is basically what he said. Don't despise getting older. That privilege is given to too few. Okay, so I'm just telling you. I know we got makeup creams and stuff to pull your hair. All these wrinkles I got in my forehead. They got magic formulas to make that disappear. The reality is, too few have the privilege of getting old, so don't despise that. Okay, and then I'm telling you, the whole day, just you have to ensure that you are putting yourself in experiences. Hello, Louisa. Thank you for joining me. Jumping on over here, YouTube. Um, but you must put yourself in experiences, in surroundings, and circumstances, in environments that leave you like this. You have to do that every once in a while to stretch yourself, to ensure that you do not remain the big fish in the little pond. Sometimes we need to take that leap into a larger pond where you no longer are, operating at a consistent 9 or 10. You back down here to a 2 or 3. And it forces you, it pushes you, it compels you, it draws you to do better, to be better, because you're a miracle. So what are you doing with your gift of life? Okay, and then one other thing I have got to say. I've already said to you that the conference was absolutely phenomenal, but the master of ceremonies, flawless in his execution from the moment he stepped on stage. But this part was the best. At the end of the conference, another Marine and I were in line, and this was not a Marine conference. People flew in from all over the place. We're waiting in line to get our books signed by one of the speakers and authors. And the MC, the master of ceremonies, was coming through the line, just checking to make sure we knew everything, make sure we had any questions. And he said to my girlfriend, are you finished with your coffee cup? She said, oh, yes. He said, oh, I'll take that for you. And he took her trash, even though she was like, oh, no, I'm okay. I can throw it away. I bring that up because his excellence for serving, he has and displays a servant's attitude. The lights and cameras were off. Okay, the thousands who were there were gone. There were just a few of us left to have our books signed. He didn't have to do that, but that one act of servanthood made a tremendous difference. It said so much, and actually it pricked me to say it, just to check myself again. We're in June review, but his act of service, yes, they are Miss Civilization herself. I agree with that, Louisa. But his act of servanthood outside of the lights, outside of the camera, said so much about his personhood. Said so much. He was not paid to do that. That's not a part of his paycheck. And actually, I stopped him on the very, very end and just said, we had a phenomenal time at the conference, and what his act of servicehood meant to us, servanthood, as another level to excellence. And he said, thank you for my, how did he say it? Oh, I don't want to mess it up. But he was grateful and obviously didn't think anything of it because it wasn't an act. It was just part of who he was and how he shows up. And so it's not even really a challenge. I just want you to think about that. If we're so quick to say, oh, and I'm a servant leader and I'm a minister. Minister means to serve. Does it stop when the lights and camera go off? Or is it just who you are? in all kind of different situations and different expressions of servanthood, because he had served us marvelously throughout the entire morning. Okay, entire day rather. Okay, so that is what I wanted you to think about. I entitled this perspective Miracle. And again, to quote Sir Ken Robinson, to be born at all is a miracle. So what are you going to do with it? What are you doing with your life? Make it count. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me here, for sharing me out, for sending the link. And I should probably say this a little more. You know, there's a little subscribe button that you can subscribe to my little YouTube channel. Okay, until next time, take real good care of yourselves. And you are the gift.